Hey guys, welcome to the Chad Prather Show. Weird, I'm out here in the wind, still hanging out here in the canyons of the hill country of Texas. Hope everybody's having a great afternoon. Hope everybody's recovered from the morning episode of Dear America. We got more stuff to get into, some bombshell claims, as well as some breaking news, some things that we want to talk to you about. And then we're going to have a little fun. We're going to get serious for a little bit, and then we're going to have a little fun. You know, you never know what to expect on here when we get off the rails. I'm just sick of people's feelings being placed over facts. I'm really tired of emotions and opinions over, just emotions and opinions over the truth. And we're going to break some of that down for you here in a little bit. But before we do that, I want to remind everybody that that you can head over to watchchad.com. That's where all the fun stuff is. I'm going to be in Springfield, Missouri next weekend. I'll be there Thursday, Friday, Saturday night, 5 shows, 3 nights. Ooh, I am overworked. You guys need to come out here. You need to come hang out with us, okay? You can find all the information you need there at watchchad.com. That sounds like an OnlyFans. It's not. I am my OnlyFans, so I'm not making any money there. Watchchad.com is where all the fun stuff is. Don't forget to hit like, hit share, throw the American flag there in the chat. Let's blow it up. You don't even have to smash the like button. You can just kind of rub it gently. Just touch it. Just touch it over and over again. See how that feels to you. And make sure you go to where podcasts are offered. Go to the audio stuff over there and hit play, walk away if you have to, or let my soothing sounds of my voice put you to sleep at night. But I want to make sure that you give me a 5-star rating, because that's what I deserve, as well as leave me a review. I don't care what you say. Just say something. And let's drive the Chad Prather Show further up the charts in the news category, news commentary category. Let's be very clear. That is like a sub genre category, but it makes me feel good. And I need all the good feelings I can have. Before we go any further, I want to welcome on a guest. As you all know, we talked about it this morning and we reported it last night. I received this breaking news about our friend, a journalist with InfoWars, Jamie White. He was murdered Sunday night, right around midnight in Austin, Texas, outside of his home. There's a lot of speculation, a lot of questions that are going on. Foremost, we are saddened. We are brokenhearted. We knew Jamie, and Jamie, a good man. As you know, anybody connected with InfoWars, they're going to be people who punch through the smoke. They're not afraid of the backlash. They're not afraid of what comes their way. They're all about getting truth out there, even if it means that truth being very real. And Jamie was one of those guys. Alex Jones called him the best they had, and I tend to agree with that. So this is a sad, tragic story. And our condolences go not only out to his family, but we pray that he rests in peace. Sad deal. But I want to talk to my friend Brianna Morello a little bit about this, because she broke the news that I saw initially over on X. And if you're looking for breaking news, Brianna Morello is the person that you need to be getting the breaking news from, because there's no fluff there. She's going to give it to you. So welcome to the show. She's the host of the Brianna Morello Show, and a new Texan, Brianna Morello. How are you, girl?
Well, thank you for having me. I greatly appreciate it. It's sad under times like these that we have to have these discussions. But as you said, everyone I've spoken to, Jamie is an incredible person, they've told me, and they are all heartbroken by his loss. But, we talk about it all the time. Leftism and their politics is what's really crushing this country right now.
It really is. Progressive leftism is not only a mental illness, it's an enemy of the state. I don't say that with any shame whatsoever. I don't hold back, and I'm unapologetic about it. These progressive ideas that place emotion and opinions higher than anything else, including people's lives and livelihoods, any philosophy that is going to push for people to have their voices silenced, their lives taken away, or calls for violence against somebody, whether the other night when Antifa was blocking the route down Pennsylvania Avenue for the president to get to his address for the joint session of Congress, all the way to throwing cups of cement at Andy Ngo, to trying to deplatform, demonetize, and just make people quiet again. I don't believe in that type of philosophy. You're one of those that is outspoken, Brianna. You're a good friend. And you're one of the ones that I turn to when I want to find out some more information on a topic. And I was actually traveling. I was headed out here to the middle of nowhere when I saw your post on X about Jamie. Immediately started digging in to find out. It was a shock. It was a heartbreaking shock to find out. As anytime something like this happens, tell me this. Okay, so he was obviously listed. He had placed a post on X. This was a number of months ago about being an enemy of Ukraine. We saw what happened, and Elon Musk said that there were various addresses that were showing up on the attack on X yesterday that were from Ukraine. What do we know? What do we believe? Is there any possible way any of this stuff's connected? And I want to talk about what we are discovering about the actual circumstances around Jamie's murder. Are we looking too deep into this, or should we just look at the simple facts of what's being revealed right now and say the simple explanation is the best one?
Well, it sounds like it just might be a tragedy based on just how horrific Austin has become when it comes to dealing with criminals. As many people know, if you've seen Austin, Texas, it's been devastated by the homeless crisis. And it's been devastated by the local Travis County District Attorney's Office, who just refuses to prosecute criminals to the full extent of the law. And they've chased away a lot of potential candidates to work within the Austin Police Department as well. So they're short staffed. So there's a lot of different elements to all of this. Based on the facts that I've been following, it doesn't sound like the Ukraine angle is the angle that's sticking. It sounds like Jamie was in his home, in his apartment, when he noticed that somebody was breaking, or we don't know if it's one person or multiple people, were breaking into his car, which was parked outside. I was told that he did leave his apartment to go confront these individuals or individual, and that's when he was shot. Now, I don't know what happened in between all of that. I don't know if he was carrying at the time of all of this. There's a lot of unknown factors in this, but from what I've just learned just a few moments ago is Jamie was upset because 2 months prior, his car was also broken into outside of his home. And so things like that really got under his skin. In fact, I was told that's the reason why he wanted to work for InfoWars and wanted to move to Austin to work for InfoWars, because he was upset with how leftism was destroying this country. And the crime angle was one of those aspects as well. And if you just go to his X page, I mean, sadly, his last retweet is Elon Musk talking about the violence that comes with those on the left. And so this was something he was very, very passionate about. Now, according to the police, when they responded, and Alex Jones says that they responded within about 2 minutes of receiving that 911 call, that they noticed that Jamie was on the ground and he was shot. They immediately transported him to a local hospital at 12:19 a.m., where he was pronounced dead. Now, the suspects in all of this were able to get away, sadly, and I asked police if they have any footage, if they have any leads or descriptions I could share with your audience. Unfortunately, I don't have any of that information as of yet. But as far as they know, they're saying that these suspects were able to get away after they shot him. Now, we didn't know he was shot at first. We just learned that a couple of hours ago. We didn't know if he was shot or if he was stabbed. So that's a new development as well that I wanted to point out to your audience.
Yeah, and when the initial reports were coming out, they talked about some severe trauma. I didn't know if perhaps he had been bludgeoned or beaten to death or stabbed or shot. It seemed apparently that there was something of that nature of attack, whether stabbed or shot. Now it's become clear that he's been shot. And I know that Jamie, he was somebody that was pursuing truth and justice, right? I mean, that's ultimately, at the end of the day, we want to live in a free society, but a free society is one where critical thought can be utilized to be able to expose darkness, and we can live in the light and live with truth and see injustices exposed. We've gotten to a point where we've lost our faith in our justice departments. We've lost our faith in our court systems. In Austin, as you said already, Brianna, it has been one of the worst cities in America in terms of suffering from the defund the police campaign from a number of years ago. I've said over and over again that good luck in County, Texas, calling 911, because unless you're in the process of being raped or murdered, nobody's going to show up. So I am glad that at least to hear they responded as quickly as they did. But again, this was one of those extreme cases where it was just simply too late. They got Jamie's body to the hospital where he was pronounced dead, I want to say at 12:19 a.m. Yeah. This was Monday morning. And this is a sad, sad, tragic deal. I tell everybody, if you're going to go into the swampy places of Austin, Texas, you better be ready. You better be prepared. You better have your head on a swivel, and situational awareness as well as personal protection is key. But that's getting true in every major city out there. You just moved from one major metropolitan area to another major metropolitan area. I'm not telling your business, but you're my friend, and you tell a lot of truth out there, and I worry about you, girl. I worry. I worry about you. But this is a sad, sad situation, and I always do caution people back to that point is we tend to look for the conspiracies. We look for the things that are going to be the most fantastical, if you will, in terms of exposing the story. But usually the simplest truth is the one. And this is a situation where the crime in Austin, Texas is horrible. And this one turned out to be absolutely tragic.
Yeah, and that's the key point. All of this, they can fix these issues. These issues aren't issues that you have to live with, and that's the key point. I don't understand. I just got to Texas, so maybe you could describe this for me. But I don't understand why people like your governor, Greg Abbott, aren't calling this out and screaming from the mountaintops about all of this, because the reality of it is I don't know if he has the authority. I come from Florida. Our Governor Ron DeSantis, was able to pull out these Soros DAs whenever they were not following the law according to how they should follow the law, and they were injecting their own leftist views, we'll say, into all of this. So I don't know if Greg Abbott can get involved in that, but the reality is, like you just mentioned, nobody wants to work in Travis County. Law enforcement, it's just not a place you want to work. It's obviously depressing. It's obviously, any Democrat ran city is always going to be that way. But it's up to the state officials to offer their assistance as well. And I think that's really critical here. I have a very limited amount of faith in the Travis County District Attorney's Office and whether or not they're going to actually look into all of this and truly investigate it. Because number one, they're probably just short-staffed as well, because I don't think anyone wants to work there too. And number two, InfoWars is legendary in Travis County. Obviously, the civil court side, we saw how that played out, where they didn't like Alex Jones, and so that defamation lawsuit was massive. But when it comes to the criminal side of all of this and investigating this and prosecuting to the full extent of the law, I don't know if they'll do it. And so I think we need Greg Abbott to really put out a statement, a strong worded letter backed by strong actions. And that's what's really critical about all of this. And, Ken Paxton has been an amazing fighter when it comes to these crime-related stories and pushing to gain some control over these rogue district attorneys' offices. And so I hope this is something that he could also get behind as well.
Yeah, I am in reasonably regular communication with Ken Paxton, as well as Ken Paxton's office. He's a hero to me in Texas in terms of his fight for justice, regardless of what you think of him as a politician or anything else. I think he's done a fantastic job as one of the greatest attorney generals in the country. Now, back to your point about Greg Abbott, the reason Greg Abbott is so vastly different from a Ron DeSantis is in Florida, the governor has term limits. He can only serve for 2 terms. We don't have that here in Texas, and so what we have in Greg Abbott is I will save my adjectives and my descriptors for him. But what we have is a campaign politician. He's always running for the next term. He does everything based on polls. He does everything based on popular opinion. And he will run for a 4th term. He will run for a 4th term in the state of Texas as the governor. And so consequently, rather than pulling these Soros-backed DAs out or causing a stir, he's going to make sure that in a lot of ways he's going to pretend to be a conservative and play the middle-of-the-road politics. But at the end of the day, the results for Texans is horrible. Meanwhile, on the mainstream national scale, it looks like Texas is a conservative state, but it's not, because we're controlled by, as I proverbially call our big cities, the blueberries in the chili. And they're the ones who control the rest of the state, and it's not good. That's why we tend to hinge on very purple policies. I mean, just look at our state representatives and our situation with the Speaker of the House in the State House there in Austin. It's not good. It's not good, Brianna, but welcome to Texas. Welcome to Texas.
What a warm welcome that was, I must say. Well, I did say I do enjoy my spare time purging the rhinos, so maybe this is the perfect place for me.
This is a good place for you. I know your time's precious. You got to prepare for your own show. I appreciate you coming on. Quick take before I let you go, though. This situation with Kash Patel setting up apparently a backline of communication directly to the White House. Typically, the FBI keeps a filter between a separation between the FBI office as well as in the White House. But it looks like he's doing an end around on Attorney General Pam Bondi. What are your thoughts on that happening?
Yeah, well, Chad, I don't think Kash Patel is very happy with the way Pam Bondi handled the Epstein files. I don't think he's happy that she kind of like threw him under the bus with all of that, because he had just stepped into that role. So I think he's probably looking out for himself by just kind of circumventing, going around her at this point, because it seems for us on the outside looking in that this was a PR stunt for Pam Bondi rather than actually helping these sexual assault victims get justice.
Do you think we see those whether it's a list or any kind of revelation or arrest? Do you think we see that? I think by summer we need to be seeing some kind of revelation happen on this Epstein list.
I think the deepest and the most important things that we need to know are probably gone. They've been hidden because
Right.
they still have to protect their own intel community, and that's what they always consistently do. And I don't think that's something that Kash Patel would have say in on that. But I would say we probably should stop calling for the files and start calling for the video footage and the photographs, because I think that's where everything lies, and that's the one that they're really going to bury. Blur out the victims, but the real victims in all of this, the children, the young girls who were brought in, and let's see everyone else's faces, because the videos don't lie, and that's what we need to see. Who is actually entering Epstein Island and who is entering his New York City home and his Palm Beach home. That's what I want to see.
There you go. There's the take. Brianna Morello, the Brianna Morello Show. Tune in every day. And guys, she just wants to get married and have babies. She's a great cook. She's a great cook. I'm just, she doesn't want to deal with all this swampy nastiness.
No. Trying to quit tomorrow. Call me.
All right, girl, I love you. Thank you for your time. We'll talk to you soon. Take
Thank
care.
you, Chad. Appreciate
All
it.
right, you bet. All right, guys, these are sad, sad days indeed, and not the least of which what we're dealing with on a personal level is we're having to make sure that all of our information is protected, and I want to make sure that you do that with Patriot Protect. Newsweek has just reported that there was a massive data breach back in February that put millions of Americans at risk. It included Americans who had background checks, so if you've ever bought a firearm, guess what? It went undetected for more than 2 months, giving cyber criminals time to exploit the private information without people's knowledge. Full names, social security numbers, home addresses, phone numbers, drug test results, and a whole lot more have been exposed and are already circulating on the dark web. I mean, we can't even find out this Epstein files and videos, as Brianna was talking about, but your information, it's out there. You're being victimized. And it's more than a password leak. This is a major data breach that lets criminals impersonate you and take out loans in your name and drain your bank accounts. You wouldn't leave your front door unlocked, so why in the world is your identity wide open? You can stop this information from being leaked with Patriot Protect. You can stop the scammers from using it against you. Patriot Protect is going to search the internet and find all that exposed data. It's going to remove it from people's search sites, and it's going to help block scammers from targeting you. They have a new blackout service that goes even deeper, scanning the dark web to find out if your stolen data is already being bought and sold. If your information is exposed in this breach or any breach, Blackout will let you know exactly what's out there and what steps to take before it's used against you. Patriot Protect is going to search and destroy all of your personal information from 100-plus data broker sites and scammers and criminals that steal your information from you. And they're going to continually monitor and eliminate that information from online. Don't wait. Go to patriot-protect.com/Chad. You'll save if you use promo code CHAD. I spell it Chad. Patriot-protect.com/Chad. Do not forget, use promo code Chad. All right. Brianna Morello, she's awesome, man. She's my friend, and she's no nonsense, dude. She doesn't mess around. But let me tell you about a guy who is nonsense. That's my buddy Party Foul Steve. Bring him on here, boys and girls. There he comes. Yeah. Hey, dude, where are you at?
Total nonsense. I am at Lake Conroe Studios, right here in the Party Foul Valley.
That's beautiful. The Lake Conroe Studios, right here in the living room.
They put me in the corner.
I know. Let me get back up here to my notes. I'm falling apart, dude. You made me laugh.
Sorry about it. What were y'all? That's that deal with
Jamie White. Yeah.
I just knew I was working conspiracy theories in my own head. You know who it was and all that kind of stuff, and then they came out and said it was most likely burglary, car burglary gone bad.
Yeah, it's a bad deal. I mean, Austin is a bad deal. But I'll tell you this, and make sure, by the way, on that road, Mike, you stay right in that mic, Party Foul Steve.
Yeah, I got to stay right up on it.
Got to stay right in that thing.
My mouth.
Secretary Rollins says the egg prices have gone down, and the whole world cheers, guys. Egg prices.
That is a fact. They have went down. I do the shopping around here, so I go to the store. So I saw the egg prices.
They've gone down $1.85, so that's a good deal. This Secretary Brooke Rollins, she's the Secretary of Agriculture. I was just in communication with her last week, and I'm gonna do some other stuff with her. I hope we're trying to figure out a way that we can have some conversations. Want to do some podcasts together, but I don't know what the left is going to have to gripe about at this point with the egg prices, because pretty much at this stage in the game, that's the only thing they've been fussing about is egg prices. Who knew that the whole world ran on egg prices? But here we are, man.
I honestly think they were falsely inflated anyway.
Well, I mean, when the Biden administration, when the Biden administration is doing, kills 115 million chickens laying hens, we got a problem on a deal like that. So, not a good deal. Not a good deal. Yeah.
All about the egg.
I can hear myself back in my ear there. Party foul, you still with me? Did I lose you?
Yeah, I hear you. I hear you good.
You need to wiggle your camera, dude. Get that thing. You're bugging me. Wiggle your camera. Get that thing focused again. Not you. Wiggle the camera.
What does that do?
I don't know. Make it come into focus again.
Maybe I am in focus. You're out of focus.
No, I'm not out of focus. You're out of focus. Trying to get you straight.
I'm using a webcam.
Well, yeah. Well, you just got to move your laptop around a little bit. Let that thing refocus on you. Just do it. Don't argue back.
I think on the tripod do that.
Oh, you got to get up and go over there and move it.
Yeah.
That's the problem.
I can reach the webcam. It's right in front of me. I'm moving it.
Yeah, move it. Move that thing around. Let's watch you jiggle a little bit. Yeah. And your audio's going in and out. This thing was perfect.
I just think it's you. I think.
Quit interrupting me, Steve. Stop. You got to quit interrupting me. It's all you, dude. I'm telling you, it's all you. Don't act like you're hot seat Todd. Hey, I don't know if you know this, and this is a story that will matter to you, Party Foul. This is one that'll matter to you. Donald Trump, and he's catching a lot of backlash because anything he says, if he says the sky is blue, he's going to catch backlash for this. But he is now transferring. Let me see if I get this right. Trans women, which means those are dudes, right?
Yes,
those are men. those are ball swingers. Trans women are being transferred to men's prisons following Donald Trump's decree. There's a lot of people that are losing their mind over that.
I bet they detransition fast.
Yeah. You sound like Optimus Prime coming through this thing. Optimus Prime in a world where. But yeah, and people are losing their minds over this deal. I mean, here's the thing. Men are men, women are women. If you're going to put males, biological males, in a locked up cell or in a locked up pen with a bunch of biological females, guess what's going to happen? Rape and pregnancy.
Yeah. If there are, and somebody just said it in the chat, you got mentally ill people, you're going to go put them in general population prison.
Yeah, you've already got mentally ill people, and you've got people that are lawbreakers as it is, and then you're going to throw them in there and they can carte blanche have their way any way they want to. And so for people to push back on that, now my deal is, and I've seen people who have suggested and said, well, maybe we should just have a separate prison for trans people. No, my taxpayers' dollars ain't going to play around with your stupid mental illness. You put them in there with men. They're men, you put them in there with men. End of story. End of discussion. I don't need a separate wing for people with mental illness. Those are called mental institutions. Put them in there. Lock them up. Put them in a straitjacket if that's what you have to do. But they're already criminals. We're not building a special wing for them. Where you at, Steve?
I'm here.
I thought you were talking. Steve doesn't do radio. Like he don't care about dead air. He don't believe in that. He just do it. I thought you started to say something.
Shut up a while ago. So
well, that don't mean you have. Yeah, don't mean you can. You're not allowed to. This is a talking business. They're being transferred. They're being transferred to men's prison. That's a good thing, Steve. That's a good thing. We need to go up to Huntsville and see how they're handling that over at the penitentiary over there. We know people that work at that penitentiary, don't we?
A couple.
Yeah, we need to find out how that's going over there.
See if we can go visit.
We got criminals everywhere. They're now the House has now passed a bill to crack down on the cartel tunnels at the border. And you know who voted against that? Can you believe somebody actually voted against that? Representative Rashida Tlaib.
Are they afraid they're going to put some people out of work if they stop digging underground illegal tunnels?
I mean, this is stupid. I mean, who in the world would vote against that? Unless you just love criminals.
Yeah.
I mean, these people have their minds are so open that their brains have fallen out. It's absolutely insane at this stage in the game that you what are you going to do? You're going to hurt the criminals' feelings. You're going to hurt the cartel's feelings. You're going to hurt the illegals' feelings. I don't care about your feelings. I'm so sick of this. And this is where I want to go today. These people with their stupid hurt feelings. I don't care if it's trans women or biological males or people born with a couple of penises. I don't care if you were born with 3 testicles or 4 breasts. I don't care if it hurts your feelings. I don't care if you're a cartel member, if you broke the laws, just like Jasmine Crockett, which, by the way, our little clip on Jasmine Crockett has really stirred up the masses. That thing's gone viral with millions of views on that thing now. And trust me, the idiots that don't understand how to use the English language are commenting nonstop under there. And I'm like, you guys are simply proving my point that we're continuing to play with idiocy, and you can't call it out because you might hurt somebody's feelings. I say hurt them all.
We call it out around here.
Call it out.
How many tunnels are there? I mean, I know they're always finding tunnels that are like 2 miles long that are, they put little carts on them and rails and stuff underground.
Well, there's plenty of them. That's for sure.
Yeah.
I mean, it's like a bunch of moles that got in the front yard. I mean, they're running tunnels all through that thing, and it is a underground highway system of knowing how to get through there. That's why my friends with the Border Patrol, they'd say, listen, we'd catch somebody in Laredo, Texas, put them on an airplane, fly them over to Tucson, Arizona, drop them off at the border there. He said 5 days later they'd be back at Laredo crossing over again. I mean, these folks, they find a way. They know it's like there's a route for it. So, Rashida Tlaib, and I have no idea why these people continue to find their way back into office. She is the one lone person who voted, the only member of Congress, which makes me wonder, does she even know what she was voting for? I mean, Are they that big of an idiot that they don't even know what they voted for?
They just want to vote. Most of them just want to vote no because Donald Trump's idea.
That's true. They just want to make sure they stick with stay with the progressive stuff. Of course, there's some more Elon Musk protests out there. Here's one. You got this masked entity. I can't hear you through the mask, lady. Here's the deal. If you're out in the open air and you're wearing a mask and you're protesting something, I have zero interest in what you have to say unless I'm simply going to make fun of you, which is exactly what we're going to do. Because, again, I don't care about your feelings. Play the clip.
When you wake up or when you're on your weekend and you get the fork in the road message, or you get the subsequent 5 bullets, hey, what the hell did you do, you lazy federal worker, this week? How frightening is it that someone on X, the owner of X, speaks to you directly to say, what did you do last week at work? And if you don't answer, I am going to fire you. But even more egregious, the president comes out, the most powerful person in the land, and endorses that message. How do you think that makes federal workers feel? When you wake up or when you're on your...
I endorse that message too, and I ain't nobody.
Once again, we don't care how you feel. No one cares how you feel. I mean, this is a person who, as a kid, got their cookie taken away from them, or never got disciplined, or never got, smacked around a little bit, or never dealt with any consequences. How does that make a federal worker feel? It's a job. This is
You're
not...
reading text message or email or anything, you have to take feelings out of it because you put what you think those feelings are and the way that would.
It's not mental health therapy here. Nobody cares. Oh, there he goes. Kyle Becker said basically the same thing. He said this Doge protester speech might as well be stand-up comedy routine. That ridiculous. My buddy Storm Nelson, Jason Nelson, he posted under there. He said, "My tax dollars don't care about your feelings." That's a fact. Nobody cares. And I know we've used that phrase over and over again that, facts don't care about your feelings, but it's the truth. They don't care. No one should care about your feelings. This is why we've fallen into toxic empathy of feeling sorry for stuff or being told we're supposed to feel sorry for stuff. I don't feel sorry for you. I don't.
The problem is that email was designed to find out if there's people out there that don't exist.
Right.
That are not responding to any emails. Just like finding out whether or not somebody's still on a voter roll. We should have ways to be able to find those things out. If that person is alive, if that person is legal, if that person is in the office, if that person I still have some old corporate email addresses that still exist out there. I can't log into them. Yeah,
how many people out there
at Watch Chad?
You used to. I don't have it. We let that go. I quit paying the $75. Do you still have that email address? You may still have it. Let me mute myself.
I can't log into it, so you're good.
Well, if I'm still paying for it, we need to get it where you can log back into it.
No telling.
We need to see if the thing still exists. See, right there, Doge is already happening at watchchad.com to see if Steve at watchchad.com.
The weight is.
Yeah. But look at this meme right here. This is a funny cartoon. I ran across this thing today. You guys have probably seen it. This is classic, where it's got a federal employee says, "Does your dog bite?" Says, "No, but it can hurt you in other ways." And the dog says, "What did you do at work last week?" That's what hurts their feelings.
Oh my.
I just have to believe that that's not very far from the truth at this point. And it goes even further. I'm so sick of these people's feelings. It goes even further here, where you have this federal employee who goes on CNN. Now, doesn't have the time to do the 5 bullet point email, but has time to schedule and travel or set up a little home studio, whatever she does here, to be able to make an appearance on CNN. Let's play this clip.
Harass and bully.
First, just tell us about this email and what it was like receiving it and what you all have talked about after getting it.
Sure. I got this email Saturday afternoon, about 3 p.m., and I felt absolutely infuriated getting this email with a demand within 48 hours to provide a response on what I did within the last week or face termination. This is clearly an attempt from Elon Musk to harass and bully and intimidate the federal workforce, which is part of his broader plan to gut the federal workforce and privatize public sector services to ensure that corporations like his own can get more profit. And that makes me really angry, and my coworkers as well.
First, just tell us.
It makes you really stupid, too. Yeah, you got it's an email. It says, "What'd you do?" Yeah, I filled out such and such report. I turned this in. It's simple. Showed up every day.
I want you guys out there, if you're listening, if you're watching, I want you guys to start. I want you guys to start paying attention to how many people are talking about their feelings, or how it really makes me mad, or it really upsets me, or it's really offensive. No one should care. No one should care. Now, I understand living in a polite society, but a polite society that sacrifices truth, a polite society that sacrifices common sense or critical thinking, a polite society that says, okay, we know you have testicles and a sex drive because of testosterone, but because you put on a little makeup and some toenail polish, you should be allowed to go into a prison with biological females, and we're not going to say no to you because that might hurt your feelings. That is not That is not a polite society. That is toxic empathy. That is in violation of common sense and critical thinking that says this is going to lead to tragedy and a lot of pain. This is going to be a problem. So again, we don't care about your feelings. In polite society where it doesn't matter, I'm happy to hold the door open for you, okay? I'm happy to do those things. I'm happy to say, yes, ma'am, yes, sir, and, thank you and please. I'm happy to do those things. But if it's going to be something that we sacrifice the good of overall society and violate the principles of truth in order for you to feel good about yourself and somebody will rub your back and pat your bobo, I want no part of that. I hope it hurts your feelings.
Yes, ma'am, and yes, sir, anymore. You might get it wrong.
Well, you never know. You never know. I mean, God bless estrogen. It makes women feminine. I like stuff like that. It gives them some curves, Like, for instance, you got this girl right here, and we don't want to hurt her feelings. But, see, this is the world we're living in where you can't tell this girl that she doesn't actually weigh 130 pounds like she said she pull this clip up. This girl posted this thing, and I don't know why she posted it, but she says, I'm 5'7" and 130 pounds and recently divorced. Describe me in one word. Honey, I know you're out there just fishing for something, but you ain't 130 pounds, okay? Like you, what was it? Somebody said that, Jason Whitlock said the other day, yesterday, he said, describe me in one word. He said 185. Bam, 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 bam. Oh, no. That's not 130 pounds. Now, see, I bring that out. You're like, are you fat shaming her? Well, she's lying. She should be ashamed for lying, first of all. Don't put this out there. Don't put this clickable crap out there so somebody will pay you. You didn't have to lie about it. You didn't have to lie about it.
She got what she wanted out of it, and that was the response.
Well, we're talking about it on the show, and I'm like, that looks like two Lainey Wilsons right there, pre-Ozempic. And like walking away, and you're going to tell everybody you're 5'7", divorced. Obviously, you're looking for a man. You ain't 130 pounds, girl. You carrying two 70-pound hams right there.
I mean, are they really finding men like this?
I mean, she's obviously showing off her assets, and that's what she's excited about. Oh, boy. I mean, have you ever seen a compact car with that big of a trunk on it? Wow. I mean, just be honest about it. But again, people are going to say, I mean, she could have said, look, I weigh 180. She might be beautiful. I don't know. She might be. But don't say you weigh 130 pounds. Don't. See, again, what you're doing is you're lying about something. You're violating truth. I'm using this as an example. I don't care if you think I'm mean or not. This is where we got to get back to as a society of saying you're taking away any common sense, any critical thought. Anybody with two eyeballs can tell you, girl, you don't weigh 130 pounds. But again, numbers don't matter. Science don't matter. Truth don't matter anymore. And you're doing this kind of stuff. You're throwing it out there. And we're supposed to say, oh, isn't she beautiful? Doesn't she look fabulous? Well, I don't know what she looks like because honestly, I didn't pay attention long enough to be able to verify the fact that she lied about how much she weighs.
This comment on fire.
I mean, I got to get over here on the comments, see what you guys are saying. Y'all probably mad at me right now.
No, they ain't mad at you. They're joining in. You see,
but it's true. But it's true. This is a perfect example that I'm talking about your feelings. You put something out there and lied in order to get some empathy and to get some affection, but you violated critical thought, common sense, and truth in order to get it. All right. Now, again, thank God for women that are feminine. At least she ain't trying to go to a men's prison or something like that. Hey, I don't mind a girl's got some curves to her. Women ought to be feminine. Thank God for estrogen. It makes you soft, curvy, and crazy. And you know what? I've learned to live with that. And I ain't scared of none of you girls. Got 2 ex-wives, 2 ex-mother-in-laws. I got a girlfriend, 3 female dogs, 3 female daughters. I'm in got so much estrogen in my life already. I ain't scared of none of you guys, all right? So that's where we're living. So, booyah. That's a good example, I thought.
It's a great example.
It's a good example.
I like it. I like a little thickness.
I mean, that girl said I'm 5'7", weigh 130 pounds. Sure you go. Okay. We'll I mean, maybe in Stevie Wonder's world, but Not here.
Oh,
Did I ever tell you about the time I posted it on social media and I didn't get the hate I thought I was going to get? I went to the Louisville Slugger Museum and Factory there in Louisville, Kentucky one time, and they had a bat with Braille on it, and they said they made it for Stevie Wonder, and I was like, man, he could never hit a fastball. Like, he was terrible. He went 0-2 in the count real fast, man. Stevie was horrible at that.
I bet he did.
Oh, man. Hey, fast food. They're making fast food great again. RFK Jr. and Hannity went to Steak and Shake. I don't know if you guys know it or not. I was at the White House 2 weeks ago, and RFK Jr. was there, and he mentioned Steak and Shake was the first fast food restaurant that reached out to his department and said, we want to exchange the seed oils for the beef tallow. And so he went over there. They ate a little bit of it, and he talked in this clip. We don't have to listen to it, but he talked about in this clip about how whenever he was young and he would travel to Europe, that the French fries weren't any good or whatever, and then the French fries in America were good, and then it actually changed. The French fries in Europe got better, and then the ones here got worse, and so they got a long way to go. They got a long way to go to make this food healthy again. But yeah,
man, I've been using beef tallow and, of course, pork fat lard for forever. That's all we ever use. We use a little bit of vegetable oil every now and then, but I'm trying to think of any seed oils. Peanut oil is a seed oil. People don't know it, but it's actually a seed oil.
Well, I'm not I'll just go on record as saying Steak and Shake's burgers are good. Their fries, not so much. They're too thin. Don't like them.
Yeah,
I want to hear it in the
fry.
I want to know. Don't make me make jokes about that girl a minute ago that says she's 135 pounds.
It's all about fries.
I know. Well, I love French fries. I love French fries.
You always get an extra large.
I like French fries. You know what I like, Steve. You know where I like it from, right?
Yes.
Where? Say it.
I'm not going to give Cane's the advertisement.
No, I'm talking about hamburgers. You know where I like to eat. You like my fast food.
Oh, yeah, I do your fast foods, but the hamburger you turned me on is over here on Conroe.
No, I'm talking about McDonald's. I'm talking about McDonald's. We ain't talking about your favorite. You know I got a weakness for McDonald's.
That's pure trash right there.
But it's my trash.
Yeah.
It's my pure trash.
But I don't really like any place with a drive-through, so if you drive up and they just load your car up with food through the window.
Man, let me tell you something. I was on my way out here yesterday, and I wanted, me and Bougie Sean, my boy Sean Foster, praying for Bougie Sean, too. He had a stroke a couple of months ago, and he's doing well. But those of you who follow me for any length of time, you know who Bougie Sean is. And me and Bougie Sean used to do Yardbirds. We used to do the little clips where we used to go out and find the best chicken. We don't like Chick-fil-A. We like Wendy's chicken sandwich. Then Popeye's chicken sandwich came along pretty good. But I went to Wendy's. I went to a Wendy's yesterday. First of all, fast food through the drive-thru is bad enough. But if you got fast food that's connected to a gas station, that's next level horrid, right? So I stopped at a Wendy's. I just wanted a chicken sandwich. It was the worst thing I ever had, Steve. But you know what made it worse? What made it worse, it was a frozen little – I had to look at it. I thought it was like a little fillet of fish, like a little triangle piece of frozen meat. And don't get me wrong, I ate it. But I'm sitting there thinking, and you had to drive back to my house yesterday because my truck wouldn't start, so you had to jump me off. Remember that? You never forget. Steve got all the way home, I had to turn around and come back. Then what else went wrong? A couple things went wrong. I had a crappy chicken sandwich. I had a dude that stuck it out the window who was 16 years old and miserable with life. Then I had a couple other things that went wrong yesterday that I don't need to list off. And then Taylor Swift came on the radio, and that ticked me off, totally ruined my whole day. And but no, I'm like, no, I need Bobby Kennedy to get a hold of Wendy's.
Yeah, get them on the fast train, making that food good again. You get rid of all these preservatives. That's the fast food's full of preservatives, the crap and the sugar and the just stuff you can't pronounce.
Yeah,
that's ridiculous.
Yeah.
It's I understand it's all in the that trying to make food last longer so it doesn't go bad. There's nothing wrong with fresh food. If you get fresh food, eat it. Oh, fresh food costs more. What's the long-term cost? The hospital bills and stuff like that? Or
That's true. That's true. That's why
living a little healthier. I'm not talking about crazy health stuff. Just
That's
a
why
little.
you need that bright core nutrition, man. Take that kimchi for your gut. That kid yesterday was so funny, though. Yesterday, Steve, it was so funny. He was a young kid, and I handed him my card, and I said, "Could you maybe toss a little thing of honey mustard in there?" And he goes, "Oh yeah."
Yeah, like
dang,
you're putting
dude.
them out. No.
Like I didn't mean you had to go find the mustard, the honey, and the mayonnaise and mix it together, bro. I mean just like grab a little packet and toss it in there because something's got to cover the taste of this garbage in this sack. And I wanted the spicy chicken sandwich, which is the number 6. He gave me the classic chicken sandwich, and I just looked at the receipt and saw it and said, you know what, just drive on. And I put it on Prime Country, which should be Prime Country music on Sirius XM, and they played Taylor Swift. I thought about wrecking the truck.
She'll be classic country before you know it.
I'm telling you, bro, it broke my heart. I thought about hitting a tree. Just throw it everywhere.
You want to add some excitement in your life when you go to pay for stuff? Do this right here to your credit card. Look at that. That's
Look at Steve's
man. It trips people out. I put that up.
Back
there.
it up
This
a little
ain't
bit.
a card,
Don't turn it
you see
around where
that
people
number?
see the numbers.
Oh, somebody probably froze it. No, I did it
Yeah.
fast enough. So,
Yeah.
damn. I cancel
What?
this thing real quick. No, but it is. It's Donald Trump. And people either they love it or they give you that, that look.
Brother, there ain't nothing in focus on that camera today, so you ain't got to worry about anybody stealing
And
that
it looks
number.
great on my computer and up there on my thing. So I need everybody to get in the super chats. It's $800 for the camera that I need.
Well, you got a camera you were
house.
going to use, but you didn't have the right battery thing show up from
No, and
Amazon this morning.
that camera's like so old. It's old, like 15 years old. So
Yeah. Normally the
It's
camera that Steve uses in my studio is we got to get you fixed. We got to get you fixed. Normally it's this camera that I'm using out here in the woods.
$800 super chat coming on through. Come on.
People want to know where you got the Trump credit card. He didn't. He got a sticker and put it on there. They make stickers
Okay.
that'll fit on your card.
I ordered it on Amazon.
Yeah, you can do that. But Arkansas, I might move to Arkansas. I'm thinking about moving to Arkansas out there in the country over there. They got a new cool thing going on right now. They got a new thing in the schools, teaching students. They're beginning school gun safety training.
It used to be taught in school, so they're bringing it back. So
We had an air rifle range in my school. The ROTC had it. We had an air rifle range in our high school.
we used to go hunt before school and leave the guns in the back of the truck, in the gun rack, the back of the truck, the back glass. Go to school like that. Nobody even cared. So
I remember back when I was in college, man, and there was a campus rule that you could not have a firearm in your possession or in your vehicle. And I was like, okay, come and get me, copper. Come and get me. And I'll leave you guys with this little meme right here. Here's Party Foul Steve rolling into the show today. This is, there he is, Transformer. You were a little digitized. That's okay, man. Technology's good.
I hate that. This is supposed to be a good camera. I'm going to take it back.
What's in the microphone, the digitization. I mean, I'm out here in the wilderness staring at the canyons. Let me turn this around. Let me see if you guys can see where I'm at. I mean, I'm out here look at that. Look where I'm at, boys and girls. I mean, I'm out here.
While they're super chatting for the camera, my laptop I was looking at the date when I purchased it. It was 2014.
Oh, my gosh, dude.
It's a MacBook Pro from 10 years old.
For those of you who are listening by way of audio, we got Optimus Prime right over Party Foul Steve. Man, you guys are good. I don't know if we got any super chats. I tell you what, whatever super chat money comes in today will go to Party Foul Steve. It'll go to the Party Foul Steve Fund. Or I'll tell you what's better. You can actually go to his Venmo at Party Foul Steve. Literally, that's his address, at Party Foul Steve, and you can Venmo him some money. We need to set up a give, send, go for Party Foul Steve. Yeah. I like how
You just get
I know
back home from vacation, and I'll be okay.
I know how if I just come back home with my trump card, you'll be good. I love it when I know you so well that when I know I'm hovering over the truth, you go, yeah. I'm like, send Party Foul some money, man.
I really,
Be like,
I
yeah.
don't deny the truth.
Oh, Party Foul ain't broke, but I ain't never seen him turn nothing down. You know what I'm talking about?
I almost went to Best Buy this morning and spent $800 on a camera, and I was like, man, I want to eat next week.
Oh, it's crazy stuff. My buddy Chase Geyser with InfoWars just texted me, and I've been going back and forth with him a little bit about the thing with Jamie White, and he just got swatted. Literally, he texted me this. This happened at 1:15 p.m. So here Central Time. That's less than 45 minutes ago. It's 1:52 right here, right now. He was on that same Ukraine list, by the way, with Jamie White. I still think there's some more to it. I mean, there's something going on here that's not right. But he got swatted. What that means is people will call in and claim that you're committing some kind of crime. SWAT teams will show up at your home. People have been killed this way, and this is a scary, scary, dangerous thing. So it's a bad thing that people do to others. And so anyway, Chase just sent me the tweet here. You see it. We got it popped up now. But, yeah, he was just swatted. This is over on Nick Sorter's page. This is something going on, guys. We'll find out. I'm not going to jump to conclusions. People need to go to jail for that, though, absolutely. So, wow, I will text Chase back here momentarily. That's a scary, scary deal.
Just got a super chat, too, for $5 somewhere there. I can't read it, though. It already went by.
Yeah?
Oh, there it is for Steve's camera. Great show, guys. From Into Tipton, $5. So
$5. We're on our way.
$795 to go.
We're on our way, and he ain't even asking for a high-end camera either.
I'm trying to keep it. There's some computer money right there. There's $10. I don't know how much is a laptop. How much does a new laptop cost that are on this?
Well, I'll tell you what. The one that's sitting in my lap right here, that one right there. Yeah. With all the bells and whistles that are on that sucker, it cost me $5,000.
Oh, yeah. Well, that's a little bit. Look at that, Pia. That's fun. Praying for the InfoWars family from my moves, $20.
Yeah, for PF's computer right there from Marty Bear. Any others we need to pop up there? Let's see what we got. Make sure you guys go over to where podcasts are offered. Go to Apple Podcasts today. Listen to the show. Listen to it. I don't care, 10, 15 minutes of it. Listen to all of it. I don't care. Just listen to Party Foul's soothing voice from outer space.
I can't believe my audio's bad because this is a pretty good. I thought this was a pretty good mic. I've had this mic since the Beer for Brunch days.
Yeah, the mic is probably not the problem. It's probably filtering through a computer that you bought from Sanford and Son. Okay.
Yeah. No, I bought that from Best Buy a long time ago.
Yeah, back when people were on MySpace. All right, back when Tom was still the king of social media. All right. Anyway, all right, we got to get out of here. But do go to where podcasts are offered. Go to Apple Podcasts, leave a rating and review. But listen to it. My Moose, PFS Fund, praying for all the InfoWars family. Do be praying. These are bad. And something that Brianna brought up at the beginning of the show. If you missed the beginning of the show, go back and listen as we talk about our friend Jamie White that was murdered in Austin on Sunday night. He was, of course, a reporter for InfoWars. But something that she brought up with that whole thing is how InfoWars is not smiled upon very kindly in Travis County. They are infamous. They're notorious over there. We already saw the lawfare that happened against them. I'm not accusing anybody of anything, but let me just say it'd be dangerous to be connected to InfoWars and hoping that the courts or the justice system or even the police are going to come and help you. So Chase actually messaged and said the police, their response to being swatted were actually very nice to him, so I'm glad to hear that. My man David Medina, PDX, nice. Optimus Steve. Here you go, brother. Crying. This was fun today. Party Foul. You told me to shut up.
a long way, a long way to go.
Steve said, but you told me to shut up.
Yeah, I did. Chad, I really need you to go buy me a new computer and a camera.
See, between my kids
Otherwise-
and you, between CJ and my kids and you and all these people in my life, I'm going to go hide up in the mountains up there, all right? That's where I'm going to be.
I want you to take everybody in your life and you see who adds and multiplies to your life, and then see who divides and subtracts. You got to separate them like that.
Steve
And
Helms.
if
I
you're
got,
not adding or multiplying, you got to get rid of them.
There it is. All right, we're going to get out of here. We're going to give that microphone and that computer a rest for that thing combust. For Party Foul Steve, follow him at Party Foul Steve. His Venmo is at Party Foul Steve. Y'all send him some cash. In the meantime, I love you guys. Thanks for tuning in to the Chad Prather Show. Like it, do all the things. We were working so hard, man. I'm working so hard, sitting out here on the front porch of a gorgeous day in the middle of this hill country of Texas, loving these canyons and these light winds blowing through. I'm gonna go see if I can catch a trout out of the Guadalupe River. I love you guys, and we will talk to you tomorrow morning for Dear America. Don't forget, Hot Seat Todd's coming up. We will see you in the morning. Love you. God bless you. Talk to you then. Bye.